Welcome back. We have another winner's bracket round one matchup. The $500,000 playoffs continues as Optic Gaming takes on one of Europe's best in Fnatic.
Optic Gaming, obviously, only last week we showed how good they really were, obviously, in that final group. Fnatic, though, they were Group 1. You know, they were there with LG. Yes, they showed signs of life. They actually took a series off LG, but was that LG at their finest? They'd already qualified. There's a lot of questions going around this. And one thing, you know, everyone's kind of been asking is, you know, why this is such a mismatch. And you've got a feel for the guys from Europe, obviously, in Fnatic. But anything can happen. We've seen upsets after upset. Yes, this would be one for the history books. But these guys have got to go in, give it their all, and face on that green wall.
Now, looking at the numbers, you heard the analyst saying this is going to be quick. And statistically, they're not wrong. These are some of Optic's best maps. In fact, the lowest winning percentage they have is map number 4. So if we go to the second hard point, that's their lowest winning percentage at just 70. On the other side for Fnatic, you got 2 of your best game modes, but your best winning percentage is a 66.6.
It's like a scale, and it's like this.
It's a pretty one-sided affair. Optic Gaming, they've been to multiple championships here on North American soil. The highest we've ever seen Fnatic place is top 13. They have the work cut out for themselves. They've already bested that. They're going into the top 8 this weekend. Now the question is, how much money can they gather before the tournament is over? They're guaranteed $10,000 right now. A win here is going to up that ante, doubling it as they'll advance to winner's bracket round 2.
And the one thing as well is, you know, they've just seen that kind of side of the bracket already play out. They've seen E6 go down. That, of course, will be the team that plays the loser of this one. But kicking it off here, Scorch Hardpoint. We've already seen it once today. Optic Gaming in green and Fnatic in orange.
And Scump is your man to open things up. We heard from TP just how Scump took his game to the next level during the group stages. And here he is showing you what he is made of. A nice double. And this guy can do it all. Erad, K-Bar, currently now working with the NV4, the slower pace fire rate in the assault rifle class.
That just shows the class of a player when you got versatility that can use every single weapon. You know, I'm sure he could pull out a sniper at times. Still on a streak of 3 now. 24 and 5, the opening break here for Optic Gaming. You've got to look towards that minimap, though. You've got to think of who's getting these spawns for the Turbine. Fnatic actually doing a really good job here. Sonny B taking control of that bay on your screens right now. He spotted one with the Erad turning his back, though. The pinch should come in, and it will. The perfect play there from Crimsix, and now Karma pushing forward.
And Karma kind of set that one up with his patience. Fantastic teamwork from Optic early on, but here's the real gunfights that matter. Crim ducking, dodging, trying to stay alive. He now has help, but Formal just got melted by that Erad, and Fnatic looks like they're going to hold here. Only Scump left up for Optic Gaming, and Scump, he's causing problems. It looks like we may see Sonny B coming in to challenge. How long can Scump survive? Not long is the answer. Fnatic, they retake the Turbine, and now they're going to take our lead.
Now, the biggest question was, you know, can Tommy hang? Wuskins in the respawns. Start 6 and 3, 4 and 2. Not bad. Double positive for both here as we are into the Turbine. And now, this is a chance where Fnatic, they can really build a lead. You look at that minimap again, you can see Optic Gaming. They're spawning, obviously, towards that hangar, towards the very opposite side of the map. They can fully take advantage here, Chris, and really kind of score up some points.
Overall, since Dallas, we have seen Fnatic 4 and 6 on this map, Scorch. On the other side, Optic, they're 11 and 4. They have a fantastic win rate, and it's due to their versatility and, of course, the damage they can do at short range. You need Tommy to go off because he has a .84 coming into this event. When he had wins, though, in the group stages and hardpoint, he was leading the charge with a 1.2.
He is.
Tommy is that X-Factor.
Yeah, X-Factor, star player, call it what you like. This is the man that you need to keep your eye on for Fnatic. He's currently 6 and 4 and now collectively getting a few points on the board for his team. But I will say, a 40-point lead for Fnatic, not too shabby to kick things off here. Optic Gaming, they've had that almost, you know, curse of that winner bracket round 1. But the guys on the desk said, you know, that's maybe an LG or an Envy, a FaZe. This time, they're facing what a lot of people will say is a much easier talent of Fnatic.
We talked to Scump during his group week, and we asked him, who do you want to match up in round number 1? He said, anyone but Enigma 6, but if I can pick, I'd like to match up against Fnatic. I asked him why. He said, because they're European. Feels that they match up pretty tough against most of the North American squads, but when you think of Europe, Epsilon, Splyce, those are the top 2 in the EU. Fnatic, they're considered by most as number 3, if not number 4, behind Red Reserve.
Yeah, and it's funny you should say that, because that's something I brought up at the very start of today, was Europeans, they've taken down United, they've taken down LG and Envy and the likes, but we've never really seen them take down Optic consistently. So it has kind of been that, you know, one that's kind of gone under the radar a little bit. But Fnatic, they're still in the lead. 25 points here. Credit where credit is due. They are coming out with a point to prove. Wuskins hitting double digits straight away alongside Formal here. But again, going into this now, Fnatic, they have control. Kill after kill. It is all orange in the kill feed. Fnatic, they're here to play.
Fnatic is going off here in game number 1. And look at the game you're getting from Sunny B. Finally cut down. He was 8-6. Wuskin also positive. So any game where you see multiple players in the positive range, things are going well for Fnatic, because during the group stages, you could get that out of Scraps, but you had no idea who else was going to step up to the plate.
And we talked energy in the previous series straight away. I mean, I'm a long distance away, and I can hear Scraps getting hyped there on the station. He's 8-10, but he's cheering on his brother, who is leading the pack with 12 kills already. We're getting to a stage where Fnatic are nearly double the point of Optic Gaming, but never, ever count them out, because Optic Gaming, they flick a switch, and they can come right back at you at the speed of lightning.
Formal is inside scoring with Scump. Wuskin looking for the picks with the K-bar. No streaks going to be coming through for Fnatic quite yet. On the other side, Formal, he is getting dangerously close to that Trinity, currently on a 5 streak.
5 kill streak, 30 seconds towards his team as well. And for me, Formal, he needs to play for these streaks. He's 150 away. He's got his teammates around him pushing out. He's not under pressure. And that break from Karma and Scump, that will gain them the spawns for the next one. And just like that, 20 seconds left on the bridge. They're right back in it.
Last time around, it was Sunny B in this position, and he got pinched by 2 Optic members. This time, it's Optic Scump who's able to trade out, but Scraps will finally take him down. Player number 8, Sunny B, is going to be key in this next battle. As we rotate to the turbine, it's all about who is going to lock in the spawns, and it's all green in the feed.
Wow.
As you see every single one from Fnatic get dropped.
Only 60 seconds ago, I was saying how Fnatic have that 60-point lead. 60 seconds later, and Optic Gaming are taking that lead away from them, and there's 45 seconds left on this turbine. They can really start to push towards that 200-point mark. The Scarab is in full effect. Formal, I believe, still has his score streaks. He's still on that streak of 6. 17-10. Definitely starting hot here.
And that's just kind of a testament to what his teammates are doing. Formal was alive for over a minute right there. Scump, Crim6 constantly pushing out the spawns, putting the pressure on with the ERAD. As you see Crim6 clean up Tommy, it is all Optic Gaming in the turbine so far.
And that's a big 20 seconds. And the funny thing is, we've still got Sunny B going back and challenging here. Crim6 on that turbine. Will it pay dividends? Absolutely not. But the 3 players from Fnatic have clutched up over towards the hangar. They're holding tight. But you see that green wall. They're all just kind of hanging around, waiting for the pinch. Crim6 is going to come towards bridge, and they're going to hit it in about 5, 4, 3. And here we go. Tommy is going to be the man on your screen, traded out by Scump and Scraps. But Optic Gaming, they're going to be shut down by Wuskins and Sunny B. It all comes down to this 1v1. But Fnatic, they've still got that spawn.
We've seen big games out of Wuskin, and he is having one right now. 16-13, leading the squad. Remember when we talked about multiple players going positive? Well, now Fnatic is slowing down. Wuskin, the only one keeping the pressure on him. He's going to find another against Formal, but the Scarab from Crim6 will finally clear the hill. And unless Scraps can go huge, he picks up 2. And this is now possible. Will he be able to outshoot a 3rd?
Well, he needs to reload before he can take it on, but he's got the help here coming in from Tommy. He will have that support, and there you go. Scraps turning up, and my goodness, 18-18. He's starting to get his team a few more points back into this. We're going to be going back to the drill this given time. Optic have control, but Wuskin's coming through the bay. He's going to stop 1.
And that was honestly a massive play from Scraps. Buying time for his team. That is a 30-point swing. They stop Optic from scoring. They pick up the final 15 seconds themselves. And Optic, they're set up for the drill first, but this is definitely a hill you can break if you're Fnatic. First, though, you got to take down Scump. You got to take down Crim6, that front line. And then you got to worry about Formal, who's in the back with this K-bar.
Merc made a very good point on the desk. He said Sunny B and Tommy, they were the ones that really needed to step it up. They started strong, but right now, both players -6, not helping out their squad enough. But Optic Gaming, they're lighting up that kill feed. Green all the time. Formal, another 5 kill streak, 25-14. He's looking at the KD of Clay and going, I can do better than that.
Last time he didn't get his streaks. He got the Scarab, but not much more this time around. We'll see what he can do as he looks for kill number 6. He's cut down by Wuskin. That's 3 straight kills here from Fnatic, and you're going to see Scump trying to chase down the remaining members in the drill. Fnatic, they're going to get about 6 points, but that is all before Scump comes in and clears. Scump working on some streaks of his own will be cut down. has a Scarab to work with in his next gunfight.
The objective from Formal and Scump here, both nearly on 2 minutes, but you cast your mind back to only a couple of minutes ago. Fnatic were in the lead 120 to 60.
Yep.
They've since gained 45 points. Optic Gaming, on the other hand, they're at about 150, so they have really turned things up. They are very, very strong on the bridge, and you can see Scump, he is in his element.
Who's going to finish with most kills? Because I think I know who's winning this game, Momo. Scump currently 25 and 16, Formal 27 and 17, and Crimsix still in the running at 22 and 16. Massive game ones out of all three.
It's not only who's finishing with more kills, who's finishing with more objectives. Both have over 2 minutes on the hill. It's almost a battle between themselves, but that one's going to end at 250. Actually, I don't even know.
It's 165.
165, let's call it that. But Optic Gaming showing their dominance in game number 1, even though they had probably 60, 90 seconds of a bit of a slow start, shall we say.
Honestly, though, I was impressed by Fnatic in your first 5 minutes. You look at the initial rotations, they were doing everything right. Their SMGs were keeping up with Optic Gaming. You were getting good kills out of Tommy at times. You saw some double kills coming in from Sunny B, but you just knew as the game goes on, Optic is going to start to heat up. We saw Formal go on 2 streaks towards the end. Scump went on a nice streak as well, and there was just constant pressure on the objective from Karma and Crimsix.
Now, we go back a week, we look at Optic Gaming. What was their weak point? It was hard point. What was their strength? S&D and Uplink. They are 100% on both game modes from their pool. And what are the 2 game modes coming up next? S&D and Uplink. Fnatic, this is difficult. This is a nightmare right now for them.
Now, Fnatic's numbers in Search and Destroy aren't incredible. Coming into this next game, they do have a 66 win percentage on Breakout, the newest of the Search and Destroys. They're 2-1 on this so far. But if you watch Fnatic during the group stages, you have to see how they get their wins in Search. Most of the time, it's in a round 11, and you have Tommy going off in a 1v1.
It really is going to be an uphill battle from here for Fnatic. You can see on the face of on your screen Tommy at this given time. They know it's a challenge. They knew it was a challenge as soon as they saw this bracket. However, Tommy's been doing this nearly for a decade now. He knows the strength of Optic Gaming. He's a realist. He was saying, you know what? I know I'm the underdog going into this one. I know what is going up. However, these guys, they know what they have to do.
And we showed you in the GFIL key player matchup, your guys to watch. Of course, it's Scump, who has ridiculous numbers throughout all of Stage 2.
Yeah.
But on the Fnatic side, Scraps. He's going to be my guy in Search and Destroy. If he has a good game, this team has a chance. You're also going to need to see a strong play from Wuskin, because Stage 1, Wuskin was the guy dropping double digits all the time. When you watch the open events, the twin brother, he's the one who can just surprise you and go off at any moment. If the twins can get something going, Optic, they could be taken down. But again, statistically, this is going to be an uphill battle.
Really is. We all remember how Fnatic got here, and it was that clutch by Wuskins at 5-5. Obviously over the top of that car on Retaliation. Massive plays. Can he do the same coming into this? Of course, Optic Gaming, their S&D we've already talked about. It's very hard to break down when their record was 100%. But these guys, I will say, their S&Ds, they were winning not only 6-1, 6-2. It wasn't those round 11s that Fnatic say clutch up in. They were just outshining their opposition.
They were blowouts. They were all blowouts. And you look at the lowest, Katie, that's the kills divided by the deaths. It was a 1.19. Everyone else is at 1.66 or above. Ridiculous numbers from Scump, Formal, and Karma, including the work we saw from Crimsix throughout the group stages. Karma, to open things up, was incredible at drawing first bloods, and he's going to look for the first pick, but that's going to go in favor of Tommy, who takes down Crim.
Quickly traded out. Scump is going to answer back, and now we're left in a 3v3. The one thing as well, Optic Gaming were very good. We're playing their numbers when they had the advantage, but right now they don't have that advantage. It's 3 against 3, and the wrap is coming in. But Wuskins and co, they could be in a very good position here. Wuskins going high, has spotted. There's the intel, Chris.
He doesn't have the sniper like Kolchan did yesterday in the LCQ. So he just tags up these players and has to run away. Wuskin knows the pressure's coming. Can he get the shots? Misses one bullet there on Karma. The bomb carrier is going to survive.
That's the second time this round that Karma's just got away with his life very, very narrowly. But look at this. Optic Gaming, they've decided no. Fnatic, they're too well set up on B. We're going to be hitting the flank, but Sunny B seems to be pretty well set up. He spotted a couple, but did they see him?
I think they did. You see the pre-aim corner check coming in from player number 3. That was Formal. And Formal is still there waiting for the challenge.
Oh.
Sunny B is playing with fire right now. Meanwhile, Skrapz on a fantastic rotation is going to get in here and clean up the bomb planter. Finds the second as well, trading out with his brother and getting the defuse. Excellent execution by the Twins. And honestly, big props to Sunny B, taking his time, playing that one patient, and just communicating in that scenario.
A lot of people don't realize how important it is just to stay alive and buy your team time, but Sunny B there just going back and forth, bobbing and weaving, not letting Formal get that number advantage, really helping out his squad. Of course, Skrapz cleaning up there. 2 pretty easy kills, of course, them shooting up his teammate, but cleaning up, taking round 1. Fnatic, they are known for their S&D. Of course, we know how good Optic are, but you've got to look at Fnatic. You know, their win percent on this, again, 66%. They were in groups with the likes of Luminosity, who they took to a Game 5. They clutched up there.
Yep.
You've got to give them credit.
And this is their best map. I mean, they've only played it 3 times, but this is their best map when it comes to search and destroy. Skrapz going to be looking for the intro kill, is going to be pulling out the SMG. Meanwhile, it's Sunny B finding Karma. Scump trades it out, but it's 2-on-2 now. Tommy and Wuskin make it just Wuskin left alive for Fnatic, going up against Crim and Formal. Bomb is down. Optic knows where it's at, but you have a minute to work with if you're Wuskin.
So, ironically, Fnatic drawing first blood both times. I've got to say, Formal taking down Tommy in the fashion that he did just then, the last kill on your screen. That, for me, is the round-winning kill, because Optic Gaming, Crim and Formal, they can now stick together. Location revealed for Wuskins, and usually has a pack, but no, Crim reveals his location, and Wuskin gets away with his tail between his legs. And you can see now pushing towards this B bomb site. However, and you can see on the minimap that bomb is right next to A.
28 seconds left to find Formal if you're Wuskin. Otherwise, you have to plant the objective. Formal, he knows this. He's going to take his time, checking all of the corners, staying at short range because Wuskin's got the NV4, and Formal plays this one perfectly. 1-1, Optic ties it up.
Okay, so Optic Gaming right back in the search and destroy. That would have been absolutely huge for Fnatic to take that 2-0 lead. We can see what momentum does for these guys. Obviously, when you're working towards payload, score streaks really can benefit yourself. But Formal cleaning that one up. He's going to tie things up here in the series. In the game, should I say. The series sits at 1-0 as Optic Gaming, if you missed it, dominated the first half.
And I was expecting an A hit fast here from Optic Gaming. They went to B, they saw Wuskin, they were met by 3 players, and then they changed things up on their first attack. This time around, Crim, he is going to get tagged up by 1, and Skrapz is waiting for him on the other side of the doorway. Karma gets the long flank after the wall run, and now you got Scump and Karma inside the showers.
You can't re-challenge that, not when Scump sat behind a bomb with an ERAD. Now this is the numerical advantage that Optic Gaming thriving. Wuskin's backing off, and he's got to be spotted straight away. Good shots onto Karma, but not good enough. Tommy left in a 1v3 with 60 seconds left on the clock. Not a great position to be.
The only good news here, if you're Tommy, is the bomb isn't planted yet. So if you killed the bomb carrier Karma, you got a chance of stalling this out. And that's exactly what he just did. Karma is down. Bomb is not being planted quite yet. It looks like Scump is now picking it up and putting it down.
I'm actually really surprised at Optic Gaming there. They kind of all went on their little solo mission. Tommy plucking one out the sky, but with 30 seconds left, the bomb has been retrieved. Scump's headed over to the B bomb site, but Tommy, you know, A is clear. It's how quick he can get over there and how quick he can react, because when the bomb's down, this round gets ever so more difficult.
And Scump was dancing at that A bomb site for a moment. I thought he was going for a plant. Instead, he was just pre-aiming, waiting for a challenge from Tommy. Tommy, he's got his work cut out for him. You look at player number 3 on the minimap, that's going to be Formal. Set up with the AR, and Formal is going to trade shots. Tommy down to about 30% health. Knows the second challenger is going to be there. Scump doesn't overextend, though, and this is going to be Optic's round.
So what Tommy was trying to do, get up close and personal with the players, should I say, to his right, but he couldn't, as Formal cut him down before he even got close. That's going to be your final kill cam.
Not bad. Pretty solid stuff there from Optic. No panic. You lose Karma, even though it's a 3v1. You just chase Tommy out, go to the opposite bomb site, and get it down.
Working the numbers so well. Optic now lead by 1. Skrapz, though, the man that we talked about, he is 4-2. He is making an impact, and he has got a Scarab as well. When he uses this, we'll have to wait and see. But again, a strong hit towards A. It is all about these ERAD battles.
Last time we saw a 2-hit here in the showers. This time, it's going to be Skrapz picking up the 2.
And I saw that, you know, Sunny B he gave his life away there. And, you know, stats don't show that, but he was the one to go in. Scraps was the one to clear up. It works perfectly. Yes, it only comes out in a 2v2, but a much more comfortable position now as Scraps can decide whether he wants to plant that bomb or whether he wants to wrap around. Karma, though, might catch him off guard here.
And the bomb is being planted currently. Scraps turns, sees Karma, but he cannot get his gun up in time. And unfortunately, his twin brother, Wuskin, he was waiting for it, just could not finish off Karma, and that is going to cost him the round. Karma immediately jumps on the bomb, the defuse comes through, and Wuskin knows this round is over. Optic now 3-1 here in game 2.
Perfect play from Formal there. Peek out, go back. Peek out, yeah, he's still there, you got time. Peek out, make the kill. Tommy under pressure, he had to make that move. And again, Optic Gaming making full advantage of that 2-1 player ratio here, and Optic Gaming now take the lead here in Search and Destroy. 3-1, and looking to close this one out in strong fashion. Can they keep that 100% record, though?
Optic, of course, trying to advance to the next round of the winners bracket where they would match up against Clayster and E United. That one definitely a battle everyone will be looking forward to. Clay always plays Optic so strong. And now you see Optic again choosing to go for the showers. Meanwhile, Fnatic, they stack 3 in the middle, waiting to attack together. They're going to know where this bomb is in about 10 seconds. As I say it, you see that arrow. It's Karma with the bomb rotating all the way over. They haven't seen anybody yet. Fnatic's hiding, and Optic, they are taking their time.
Yeah, you've got to say Tommy is the key player here. In the position that he is, he almost anticipates this. And this is one thing you've got to give Tommy credit for. His knowledge and his expertise on the game is usually above most, and he has spotted, he's given the call that they are now pinned at the back, but there is one player that's Crim6 that's still pretty much in his own spawn.
Crim on that slow flank as the 3 players draw everyone from Fnatic in. No one's going to be looking at Crim6. The patience is paying off for Optic Gaming, and now you see 3 kills coming in just like that. Sunny B is across map, tries to get over in time, but this bomb is going to be planted by Karma, and you have 2 defenders already set up. Sunny B, not long for this world.
Crucial. Crim, he came in there at the much needed time. He kind of just waited, was very, very patient. And that first pick that he got turned every player's Fnatic head. He went, hang on a second, there's one behind us, they'll turn around. Jumping high and fast was Optic Gaming. Those first 3 kills left Sunny in an almost impossible situation. Now 4-1 in the lead here in the Search and Destroy. And this is looking like their stage 2 all over again. They were closing S&Ds out in round 7, 8 pretty much every single time. Oh, and hello.
That's how you take down Formal. Formal's been a monster, 6-1. You've seen him in 3+ round-ending kill cams. And Tommy wants to take him down for first blood. Unfortunately, Formal will back away. No challenge will be there. And Optic has the intel. They're basically playing 3-on-4 when it comes to aggressive weapons for Fnatic. But Scraps is going to use his efficiently, finds Crim6. Now we got a 4-on-3 man advantage in favor of Fnatic. Scraps is going to get that bomb down safely, and Optic is nowhere near yet.
Scraps, Scraps, Scraps. First kill once again, helping Fnatic towards that victory, but they take down number 2. That'll be Scumper now in a 4v2. Formal and Karma have everything to do. But you've got to say, Scraps is playing at the top of his game here. What we expected. One player does fall, now a 2v3.
Sunny B with a big win there. Erad against Formal. And it's Karma, last man standing. I was expecting him to jump off the map, but he's playing for these streaks, Momo.
Yep, streaks, camo, very, very important. He gets 1 kill. He might actually get that camo there, so he can almost play around that. He doesn't really need to go for the defuse. It's pretty tough question, or task to ask, should I say. He's going to be going in the very last second because he's trying to catch 1 player off guard, checking the bomb. There he is. He's going to find 1. Trinity Rocket, camo. Sunny B, you just gave Optic Gaming a whole lot of score streaks, payloads.
You could get the bombardment. Instead, Scraps is going to pick up the kill. So a good finish from Fnatic. There's no threat of more score streaks. The bad news for Fnatic, Karma already has the Trinity, and Optic Gaming is getting ever closer to a 2-0 advantage in the best of 5.
Scraps started that round with a kill, and he'll end that round with a kill there. Optic Gaming still lead by 2 here, but definitely being pressured here by Fnatic. They put in their paces and see if they can take this to around 9, 10, or even 11. Can Fnatic step it up? Wuskins needs to. He's 1 of 5 at this current time. Optic Gaming, though, they're hitting B.
And they are all 4 holding hands, running together. Just one player in position to stop him. Karma is going to use this Trinity rocket for intel, just hovering it down. Hiding is Fnatic. And Fnatic, they're currently in a 3-on-3 after Scump takes down Luskin. Fnatic drew first blood once again, taking out Krim.
Yeah, they've been really strong at that all S&D long. And you know what? They drew the first blood as the Trinity was coming in. Smokes have been dropped. Bomb is going to be planted. That's from Optic Gaming. But now they're almost a little bit pinned in. Will Fnatic collapse on them, or will Optic Gaming battle their way out? Skrapz has just used his payload as well. Jump on board with him. It's the camo, and it's not going to be used. The question is, what does he do with it now? Does he overextend? One player goes down. Scump's the first to fall. Karma answer back in onto Skrapz, and Sunny B and Tommy clean up the round. Skrapz, I've got to say that camo, it was a bit outrageous, but it does pay off in the end to win the round. Of course, not due to the camo, but they win regardless.
I mean, when you're watching Optic Gaming, you're expecting a highlight reel. These players are going to go off and put up a performance worth putting on Twitter, right? On the other side, Fnatic, you saw the selfless plays. Sunny B baiting himself out for a Skrapz double kill earlier. Here he is with a big finish on Karma, and Tommy is there for the final kill as well. Fnatic playing together, and that's what it's going to take. The good news, no more Trinity rockets for Karma. The bad news, you've invested the camo. Karma is going to have his camo available.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of look what you've got out of that, you've got a round win, but you've used your camo. You have also taken down the Trinity rocket. I'd see that as a win for Fnatic, though. Scump, he's going to be getting in a little cheeky corner inside A. He does have the backup of his teammate Karma, of course, just around that corner. But that's where Skrapz has been really showing his strength towards this A bomb site. Scarabs has been pulled out. I believe that's coming in from Formal as well. Shouldn't be a problem, but it does reveal the location. And there we have it. Karma and Scump jumping like a pack of hounds straight onto Skrapz and denying him that first blood.
And Crim6, he was watching from their own deck for a while. Now he's jumped up in the showers to help out. Player number 3 on the minimap, though, keep your eyes on Formal as he is setting up for a big flank. Karma is going to be the bait on loading, and Formal is going to punish. There's the first, now the second. Sunny B is going to get dropped. And just like that, Optic working together should get all 4. 5-3 now on game point.
Very, very strong round there. Again, that first blood, they took out Skrapz. They took out that secret weapon that Fnatic obviously has up their sleeve, and it showed towards the end of that round. 5-3, 1 round away from being 2-0 up in this series. They are looking to join United in winner bracket round 2. Fnatic, though, we thought it was difficult coming into this S&D. It's even harder now as you've got to win 3 rounds back-to-back.
3 rounds, Formal. He's got his FTL jump. We've seen his plays in S&D before. Karma, though, the most dangerous with that camo and bomb. It is not going to be contested at all at A. Fnatic, they're definitely slowing this down. Looking for an early pick. Will player 7, Skrapz turn around in time. There was an aggressive push from Optic Gaming, but no punish quite yet.
Optic Gaming, they're going aggressive. They're not going for that A plant, and this time Tommy was in a very, very similar position, but this time Skrapz takes this almost back foot on the defense, and Optic Gaming going back towards A. Tommy's going to be in a world of trouble. He's going to be pinched. Optic Gaming should close him out. They will close him out, and now they can take full advantage of A. Formal coming from behind. Skrapz answering back with a 2v3. Leaves Fnatic in a world of trouble. Optic Gaming are not planning that bomb just yet, but Skrapz does not know that. Now he does, and now he backs off.
Some games you see players just instantly jump on the bomb and put it down. I feel like Fnatic nor Optic Gaming want to go for that objective. Instead, they're looking for the kills first and using every last second.
The problem is now Wuskins, he might have the heads up that Optic Gaming are coming, but at a 3v1, he's going to best take out one and then get traded. That's the only hope he can hope for. Skrapz to come in and save the day, but no. He finds one. Skrapz is going to be traded. And Optic Gaming, they are going to take game number 2 and find themselves 1 map away from joining United in winner bracket round 2. We always knew it was going to be difficult for Fnatic. They pushed them to a round 9, but it ends in one team's favor. Optic Gaming starting strong here. 3
rounds, that's more than the average we saw during the group stage, but still Optic showing their dominance in Search and Destroy. They did not drop a single S&D throughout group stages, nor did they drop an uplink. Their record in Search, it continues perfect here, and now they're on match point, Phil.
Yeah, and they're going into another game, which they're perfect at coming into Stage 2 playoffs. Of course, those stats from Stage 2, they didn't play Fnatic. But I will say Fnatic's best game mode most definitely isn't uplink. It's going to be difficult.
It's going to be a tough road for Fnatic. We'll see if they can get it done. Looking back, it was 250 to 165. All Optic Gaming in the hard point after a strong start from Fnatic. In Search and Destroy, though, the battle of patience. Optic wins it once again. We'll see if they can close out the sweep on the other side of this break. And we are back. It's time for game number 3. There is a look at Fnatic, who is currently in the hole 0-2. They have to win 3 straight, and they're going up against Optic Gaming in their best game type. Of the 11, this is their very best, a 91.9 win rate. When it comes to this map, 11-1 overall.
Very, very difficult to kind of argue with the stats. However, one set of Twins have already booked themselves a spot in that winner bracket too. Can we see another set join them? Fnatic, Skrapz and Wuskins, obviously a little newer to the competitive scene than likes of Tommy and Sunny B. However, uplink is going to be difficult. Scump on your screen, finding Skrapz, and now heading towards that drone.
Momo, as we're watching this game play out, first of all, who is expected to score more points in this first half?
Optic Gaming. 100%. But in the second half, I would have to go with, yeah, I'd go with Optic Gaming as well. They have all the stats to back it up. They have the Slain ability, the objective play, whatever it will be. But Fnatic, you know, they're not a poor team. A lot of people will be thinking, you know, why are even Fnatic here? They beat a lot of good teams to find themselves in this playoffs. They took down Luminosity. They finished second, ruling out EG. Yes, they've got a very strong winner bracket one-on-one game. And Scump is trying to open it 1-0. But I tell you what, that's going to just miss. The drone is going to be reset, and Optic Gaming, they throw away the first 1-point play.
And I think that's going to be key for Fnatic. You got to keep clearing that drone. Anytime it gets in your base, get it out of there, reset it in the middle of the map, because we've seen Optic, even after a few fails, they're able to slay their way in for a dunk. The putbacks could be absolutely devastating. Scump, with no teammates nearby, goes for the 1-point toss. That one is intercepted 0 for 2 on his attacks.
Unfortunate for Optic Gaming, but you've got to say, It's all-out attack for them. Fnatic on the defense. Now it's maybe their turn to put a little bit of aggression in their game style, but Wuskins, he's got no one to back him up. He needs to pick up a couple of kills beforehand. I advise getting that drone away, and he does do. However, 2 teammates go down, and guess what? Optic Gaming, they're coming right back at you.
Optic is just throwing this drone forward, trying to start the gunfights. And as that drone is going to push up for the 1-point attempt, it's snagged from the sky. Great play from Tommy. He doesn't go for the reset this time. He knows he's got a fast break. Unfortunately, hot on his trail was player 5. Nice teamwork, though. Skrapz is going to find Karma in the window. And Tommy, he now knows that there's going to be 3 up for Optic on defense. Wait for your teammates to get a pick, then move this objective forward.
A lot of people say third time lucky, not for Optic Gaming, as the third attempt still doesn't receive any points. However, the kill feed leaving Wuskins once again in a very difficult position, but 3 kills in his back pocket is going to leave Fnatic in a bit of a better position. You've got Scump going towards the drone. He's going to have a gunfight against Skrapz, which does take him down. That drone will be heading again in that same direction, and Wuskins, he's completely out of position. This should be a 1-point play, and this time he's going to sink it.
This is so frustrating if you're Wuskin. You're like, I just used an NV4, an ERAD, I picked up a triple, I'm on a 4 streak, and then you guys just get steamrolled. I look bad for being out of position instead of us moving the drone forward and scoring. Fnatic, they're getting outslayed, and that's going to be the difference maker throughout this game. It's always that way. The team that gets more kills, well, they win about 9 times out of 10.
Especially on a game mode like Uplink, such slay heavy. Fnatic, though, they're trying their best. They're going toe-to-toe, and credit where credit is due. They're 3 minutes into this game, Chris, and they're only 1-0 down. Some good defensive play. However, you've got to think a more preferred side for Optic Gaming. I wonder if they're looking to maybe score a few more points on this side. Karma on your screen, 2 players go down. He's going to be the third, and now Fnatic maybe gather something from this. Wuskins another double kill, make it 3, 12 and 6. He's not going out without a fight.
This is the second time he's put himself in this position after a triple kill. The first time, though, that he has teammates with a drone in hand. Will they convert this into points? They need 2 more kills. Skrapz is going to go up. There's no defenders in position, and Fnatic is going to make the most of their only opportunity. They tie the score, and we have 1 minute and 8 seconds still to go here in the first half. Krim trying to apply some pressure on Fnatic's base, and if he gets 1 more kill, this could be a dunk coming in from Scump.
Definitely could, and he's tracking one down. He finds him, he kills him. That's Sunny B, who's having a very slow start. 5 and 11. The dunk comes in, and Optic Gaming lead by 2. There's only 50 seconds left of this half. But for Fnatic, the only way that Fnatic win a map or this series at all 4 players need to be playing at their very, very, very best. Sunny B, I've got to say, started off very slow. He's got that difficult job of maybe using an ERAD in those tight, close quarter combat.
Wuskins doing it. He's putting away the NV4, he's pulling out the ERAD, and he's finding success with it. Sunny B, I get that you're playing bait sometimes in Search and Destroy, but you have to hold your own when playing Optic Gaming and Respawn. Krim 6 causing problems. Scump is right there with him, 2 down, but the drone is moving in the hands of Fnatic still. It was Skrapz pushing this one forward, and he is going to manually throw it all the way across the map. Scump going to try and chase him down, meet him for the 1v1.
And I'm wondering about Fnatic's game style here. The way they keep getting that drone and going towards Garage and wrapping it round, I actually don't think it's really intended to, score a lot of points. It's almost keeping away from Optic Gaming.
Right.
Going into this next side for them, they're maybe playing for this side and maybe, wanting to score heavily on this one. They've played some very good defense, and again, credit where credit is due. That could have very easily been 6, maybe 7 points for Optic. However, they sit at just 3.
Wuskin keeping his team in the game. They need more out of Tommy. They need more out of Sunny B in the second half when it comes to slaying, and we're going to see what Tommy can do. To open things up, Tommy with the K-bar is going to go far right. Meanwhile, the drone is going to be picked up with no one there from Optic Gaming quite yet. 1 player's up top, and it's Formal. They can get a fast break, and as I say that, 2 kills coming in for Optic Gaming. This push is stalled out, and now Optic is on the attack.
Yeah, those kills go the other way. Fnatic have a strong push, but it's as easy as just saying that. You've actually got to obviously convert it. Scump, though, on the other hand, he's now going to try and be putting a couple of points in on this side. And Fnatic, they're in a world of trouble right now.
They just went for the overextend. They knew this is a guaranteed dunk for Optic. Let's just try and go get the new drone and go for a pass up. The drone never escapes the room, though, unfortunately. You saw player number 2, Wuskin, set up for the dunk. He was waiting there for the pass. Here it comes finally from Sunny B, and this one should be good. Fnatic now just one possession behind. Nice teamwork there, and you can see what they're going for on their first attempt.
Sunny B's put the E-Rad away. He's pulled out a K-bar. He's doing some damage. I like it, Sunny. You're changing, you're adapting. This is what you need to do. 2 points behind, and you've still got 4 minutes on the clock. Scraps. 2 teammates go down, so he's going to opt to put that drone on the floor and try and pick up a couple of kills himself. And he is lights out so far this series. Yes, he's 2-0 down, but he's putting in a performance, to say the least. Scraps 13 and 16. Drone will be still lingering around the middle base.
Sunny B cut down by Formal. And Formal doing a nice job locking down the base. It was looking dodgy there for a moment, but Optic should be able to fight through. Scraps is going to win the 1v1 against Formal. And the 2-piece will open things up for Fnatic. As I say it, Krim answers with a grenade. Perfect grenade takes out Scraps. Then he takes out Wuskin and Sunny B as well. 3 straight kills for Optic Gaming's Crim6. And Formal's going to try and convert this into points. Fortunately, it's Wuskin coming off the respawn and stopping him short. Yeah,
Wuskin puts Formal to bed there, as it still remains at a 2-point game, a 1-possession game. Fnatic now starting a bit of a push. Now, I like what Sunny's doing here. He's not going for that short route. He's actually wrapping around. He knows Tommy has some type of control. He's going to take down one. This next kill's vital, but no, denied. Scumpy's going to go down, and Sunny B a little bit anxious with this drone, but he's going it for a very smart route. He has his teammates. He's going to sink this for a dunk, and there you have it, 5-5 Fnatic. Right back in this.
And Wuskin was the player causing problems in the base that whole time. You can see he's still there. Karma, he's going to go for drone, though, for Optic Gaming, and Formal will find Wuskin. So they clear the player in their base. Now they got the payloads to punish. Krim can't turn the corner, though. It's taken by Sunny B. A big defensive play, and you see the clear as well. So that drone's going to reset. Only Scump is here to slow down Fnatic. And he does a nice job taking down Wuskin. Now he's got help from Formal. Tommy's going to get traded out. Optics on the move.
Much better side from Sunny B, and it's showing in the likes of Fnatic. Now 5-5 with 2 minutes. Can they sink a 1-point play? That looks good. No interception, and Optic Gaming, they will retake the lead here. You've got to look at the slaying side. Karma, +2. Krim, 3. Formal, he's on +5, and Scump is breaking even at 17 and 17. But Scump, he's got all 6 of the points for Optic Gaming.
And if you remember back to the early plays, Scump, he missed a free 1-point toss. The other one was interception. Some nice defense coming in from Fnatic early in the game. Keeps this one close in the second half. Sunny B not able to pick up the kills. Karma is going to be hot on Tommy's trail. And there's Crim6. Optic again holding strong on the defensive side. Wuskin looking for another big play to open things up.
This is where you come into the game, in, you know, at a late stage like this, and you've got to look at their payloads. Karma has camo. That should be a 2-point minimum play. Minimum 1 should be a 2-point play for Optic Gaming. 3 players go down, and this is where you utilize it. However, Fnatic, they've got an overdrive and FTL. It's not game-changing, but I tell you what, that is.
Karma still has the camo. He just picked up 2 kills, has no support, and knows to save that for the final minute. Here comes Tommy, though. He is going to route this one back near gas. And you can see the players leading the charge. It Scraps up front. Wuskin trying to continue on a nasty streak. Scump will find him with a grenade. Wuskin has been so strong in the second half, but Optic Gaming, they have 4 members that can compete with that scoreline. And Formal is leading the charge as the dunk could be coming in any moment. The camo about to be popped, not even needed. Karma's gonna go, well, bare. Just gonna use another word, but Karma gets it done.
Yep, he didn't even need to, and absolutely right there. He just went in, raw skill, just went, you know what, Formal, I'm just gonna sneak up behind you, put a 2-point play in, not even need that camo, and just like that, 13 seconds left to go, and you've got to look at Optic Gaming to close this one out. 3-0. They've still got camo. They've still got Formal, obviously, with the payload streaks in their back pocket, but they don't need it. They're going to hit double digits and puck it. Optic Gaming will take the series 3-0.
Double digits and doubling up their opponent's score in Search and Destroy, as well as Uplink. What a start here for Optic Gaming. Everyone putting in some plays to this team effort. And Optic, you know, they struggled. They did not get the placement they wanted during Stage 1. This is their redemption tour here in Stage 2.
The question is, you got to look at that series. You know, the hard point, they were tested in the first 5 minutes. Their S&D, I will say, still looked very, very strong. Bit of a hiccup at the start. But their uplink, for me, you know, that wasn't as convincing as I thought. I thought we'd be hitting double digits in maybe towards the first half of the second side. But Optic Gaming, they're being put through their paces early on. They are going to close things out 3-0, but they have got a different beast waiting for them in that round 2. You've got a United.
It's going to be a good one, because Wuskin with that NV4, he was already causing problems for Optic Gaming. Just wait until you see Clayster in that next round. You know he's looking forward to that matchup. But before we get to that, we got to talk about this series. And right now on the floor, we got Jack with Karma.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Fantastic casting as always. We are down on the floor with none other than Optic Gaming's Karma after that 3-0 over Fnatic. Karma, you guys look good. You did what you had to do, the 3-0 sweep there. How are you feeling after the first matchup? How's the team looking in your opinion?
We're feeling pretty good. You know, we knew they weren't going to be easy. You know, I mean, everybody in Stage 2 playoffs is good. So we went in, we just wanted to stay calm and play our game, and that's what we did.
Well, you even mentioned, as we just started talking up here, you had a rough map 1. For anybody out there who wants to be an aspiring pro player, what do you have to tell yourself in-game when maybe things aren't going your way as this series goes on?
I mean, I just needed to warm up and get some kills. I think I wasn't really predicting people too well, but the game was kind of close, and we all just mentioned before the game, if it ever gets too chaotic, everyone just needs to call it. We need to relax and go together, and really that's the reason we won. And then we had S&D next, and I've been doing pretty well in that lately, so my confidence was still there.
Yeah, your S&D on point right now. You've had an illustrious career. In your opinion, is this the best your S&D has ever looked for you on a team, and if so, why?
Right now, yeah, it's been up there as, I guess, some of my best performances, and just our team in general in Search and Destroy. And it just comes to us reacting. You know, we're not really doing the same things, but we're just reacting to the teams that we're playing. You know, we don't have any set strategies that we're using every time, but we're just going in and basing everything off what they're doing. It seems to be working.
Well, one final question for you, Karma. You know your opponent. It's going to be United. They have the fire lit under them as well. What does Optic Gaming need to do to take down Clay and the 3 young guns on that squad?
Honestly, just come in and play our game. You know, we scrimmed them one time, and it kind of went in their favor. I don't know. We just got to come in and play our game, and I think we're easily capable of beating them.
No matter what, it's going to be a great matchup. That's to come tomorrow. For now, though, we've got to break down this 3-0 series of Optic Gaming over Fnatic on the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Jack. Great to hear from Optic Gaming's Karma. And something interesting that we heard during that interview, of course, Karma says, yeah, he feels like this is probably the best Search and Destroy he's been in his career. We all kind of looked at each other and went, he was pretty damn good at Ghost.
Yeah.
He was so good at that game too. Obviously, you had a lot of time playing with him. Even Black Ops 2, we mentioned there, he was very, very intelligent at that. But, I mean, would you agree with him there, or would you say maybe he was still a little bit better back then?
I think as a total team, I would arguably say this is their best Search and Destroy game by a landslide. When's the last time have you talked about Optic Gaming and, like, S&D is sort of their crutch game type. It's kind of weird to say, but regardless, the fact that they are able to have so much leeway in that game type, you know, hardpoint's their weakest. It's still weird.
Crazy, right?
It's still weird.
Yeah, I would agree with Teep. I think this is the best the team's looked in Search and Destroy. For me, I think Karma was at his best in S&D when you went back to Ghosts. I mean, he was incredible. You know, on the Cole team, he was actually very good at the first event with Envy with Joe and him.
But, like Mr. Double Digits back then.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he was unreal.
Yeah, we just had some internal problems. Right? Rambo was sniping. I don't know if that was the best decision, but he made that call, and I'm going to go against that one.
Fair enough.
Ray tells you to do something, you just do it.
Of course. You had to back then. Optic Gaming versus Fnatic there, of course, we saw the result there, 3-0. Merc, you said it was going to be 27 minutes.
It went longer than that.
It did?
Like, by how many?
By about, 10 minutes.
10 minutes longer. That's fine. You're fired. Kidding. Map number 1, of course, Hardpoint, 250-165 goes in Optic Gaming's favor. However, it is worth saying that the first half was very, very close, Merc. It wasn't really until the second rotation where things spiraled out of control.
It wasn't very close. Fnatic actually dominated it. It was 120-65. They played very well, and then that bridge hill came up, and you're going to see the stat, the Optic dominated bridge, and that's really where they started to make that comeback. I mean, Fnatic, they had 45 points. That's it, 45 in the second rotation of Hills. You cannot stop. You cannot let an Optic Gaming team get back into the game.
Well, I think that's why you see teams that have success against Optic. It's really just kind of like Luminosity. You see Splice, Enigma 6 did it back in Anaheim. I don't want to say it's easy, but any team can get off to a good start, play a good 3 minutes of COD. It's just, continuing that over the course of an entire game. against them. And eventually, the pace just ramps up. You end up breaking, and they just beat you bad.
It's funny because I think it was you, Merc, that actually mentioned it before the game, saying if Fnatic come out and start strong, they could potentially steal map number 1.
Yeah, that's the way Scorch is. Scorch is one of those maps where you can run away with it. But obviously, Optic Gaming, they did very well. And then going into this game number 2 on S&D breakout well, Optic just continued that dominance. There was a little bit of a, some rounds Fnatic was winning some one-on-ones. They did a pretty solid job, but this is a game we just knew Optic Gaming was going to win.
Absolutely, and I think one of the key areas of the map, of course, was that A bomb site. Team Fnatic plain and simply just got bullied.
Just several times where players like Tommy and Sunny B had that ERAD, got caught in showers, and they see one Optic Gaming player slide around that outside towards the ring. They're like, okay, I'll flank the second guy. Right. Well, there wasn't just one guy. There was multiple players from Optic Gaming ready to pick up that player if, Scump, for example, got flanked. So the ERADs from Optic Gaming just way too strong. And it's just pretty clean cut in a lot of those offenses.
Very true, very true. The two sides of Karma, ironically, right? Map number 1, you say he struggles, and then we heard from him himself, Search and Destroy. Another dominant performance. He's really making this game type his own, Mark.
Well, that's the issue to me, though, is that Hardpoint, and I mean, I don't think Uplink, but Hardpoint especially, he cannot struggle that much against, teams like Luminosity, even against United. Last weekend, he sort of said he was a bit under the weather. Even at Anaheim, I just felt like he didn't perform well on Hardpoint. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but hey, they won the map, so we're just going to erase that one, and hopefully he plays better tomorrow.
You'll get by teams like this, like Fnatic, though. With that type of play, you will not, I don't think, get by teams like United, like Splyce, like Luminosity. When those teams are playing, as good as we've seen them play over the last few events, I think you need everybody to show up. You need everybody to produce, pick up kills. I know, to go back to the uplink, this is one where, Optic just kind of controlled throughout the entire game. Never really felt like this one was going to get close.
Of course, there, look at the Precinct uplink final score, 10-5. It was 3-1 at the half in favor of Optic Gaming, but it's worth giving Formal a lot of props there. Very, very consistent throughout all 3 game types. It's very, very difficult to beat this Optic Gaming squad when he's that good, team.
We've critiqued these guys, especially in the previous group, of some of the mental mistakes that they're making in some of the types, but against the majority of the teams they play, well, when you're getting a 1.6 basically KD, the best KD on the side of Fnatic, you can see there, Weskin at a 0.98. Well, that's not positive. It doesn't matter how bad you're playing mentally. If they're dead, there's a 2.5-second respawn in Hardpoint.
That would be negative.
You don't respawn in Search, and there's a 5-second respawn, well, you're just dead. You're laying there watching.
Yeah, spending a lot of time watching your teammates, that's for sure. But moving forward, of course, congratulations once again to Optic Gaming. They will progress through now to winners bracket round number 2. But the next game up on main stage, this is an exciting one. It's a rematch, of course, of the Stage 1 playoff final. We have Splyce versus Luminosity.
And Anaheim.
And Anaheim, that is true. That is very true. Looking at Splyce from group play, they underperformed a little bit for LG.
A little bit.
He's European. He's European.
They were 3-3. The only reason they got through was because they
Ben opened the door for that one.
Ben.
All right, okay.
You.
All right, Merc.
Your expert panel doesn't agree with you, Ben.
Look, Ben, look at that. Like
it was pretty bad, Joe. Okay, I said it.
Good.
It wasn't good, but I'm hoping we get, obviously, our Stage 1 champion Splyce performance back here in this matchup. We've been playing against Luminosity. It's going to be very, very difficult, let's be honest. Do you see any way that Splyce do go back to that form, Joe?
That 28% S&D win ratio has to turn into 100% for this, I think, for this series. I think they have to win both searches. I think if they are going to win, it's going to get to the distance to a game number 5. And then you have to steal a respawn, which I think they are capable of. It'll be very difficult because on the other side is Luminosity, who has probably been the best respawn team all year long. So it'll be tough.
They ain't win the first search, they ain't seeing the second one. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
The series is over before you even get a chance to go there.
I mean, their saving grace is, I think, Luminosity's S&D was, what, 50%?
That's all I need, though.
But yeah, I mean, when you're 90% of your hard points and 70% of your links, pretty good. As long as you legitimately have a 50-50 chance of getting a 3-0 every series, and then even then, if it goes to game 4, you have, what, a 90% chance to win it there? Those are pretty good odds.
For me, it goes to the link. Splyces traditionally, and European teams throughout the CWL this year have been very, very good at uplink. I think that's the only really saving grace. If Splyce takes that link, I think they have a fairly decent chance of taking the series, but 66% from LG. The slang is going to be so strong, especially on Precinct. I think that's LG's one of their better links, so it's tough for Splyce.
Yeah, the thing is, to me, is that Splyce knew they just had a bad weekend, right? When they came here, they were not happy. Hopefully, went home maybe to Europe and practiced a little bit, but they changed things around. Maybe they watched the VODs. You know, similar to Optic, maybe they can jump on Luminosity in winners round 1. You can take advantage, surprise them, play your best game. I mean, if Splyce plays their best game, they will be tough to beat, and they can beat Luminosity. We just haven't seen them from it recently.
We've seen them beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of Jerd in the back a little bit earlier in the day, I asked him how the scrims have been going because I was actually interested in that as well. And he said they haven't been great. Maybe one series a night they've been able to, get in. Like, it hasn't really been, a lot of people to play over there that is competition for them, people that they would kind of value as, top teams to play in Europe. So, Splyce had not had a great opportunity to turn around, like you said. I think for me, personally, this series, I mean, if Zero comes out and plays like stage 2-0, and you even get half of, the Anaheim Octane back, I think this one's quick.
Yeah.
I think this was quick.
Well, I mean, just stage 2. I mean, his Zero was in his own head. He very much was. Changing his reticles, just like, I don't know what's wrong. He's making sure he wore the same socks as stage 1 playoffs. Just, I don't know. I agree, though. If Zero plays well, this could turn into an interesting series.
Well, we are halfway through day 1 here at the Stage 2 playoffs of the Call of Duty Global Pro League presented by PlayStation 4. United started the day with a win, and now joining them, of course, is Optic Gaming after the 3-0 versus Fnatic. Next up on the main stage, it's our Stage 1 final rematch. Splyce take on Luminosity Gaming.